It's no secret that Charlamagne Tha God is a lifelong Drake hater.
Turn on like Power 105 and hear some nerd telling them that I'm gay, or they have pictures of me, or this light-skinned girl is dropping a song today, his name is Drake. That to me is like, why, man? Like, for what? Like, you're a real loser. Sorry.
Listen, I never called Drake gay. I said that he displays suspect behavior.
Did you call him a light-skinned girl?
No, I called him a pretty albino girl. It's a difference.
But what Charlamagne Tha God tried to get away with today is pretty low, even for Charlamagne. After Kendrick Lamar dropped the Like That verse going at Drake and J. Cole, Charlamagne Tha God took to his podcast to let the world know that everybody is scared of Kendrick Lamar, and he's the boogeyman of rap.
I love Mac Miller. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you.
He said this when?
Nobody said nothing. 2013, he laid the gauntlet down. Nobody said a goddamn thing.
On my screen is literally a list of a bunch of reputable rappers who responded back to that Control verse, but Charlamagne Tha God is just lying and pushing these fraudulent facts that nobody responded back to Kendrick to sort of bolster up like this facade that people are scared of Kendrick and he's like the boogeyman of rap.
I'm back 11 years later wanting some smoke. I'm back 11 years later wanting some more smoke.
Sounds like they don't want any smoke.
That's what it, clearly. Like, stop, man. Y'all don't want it with Kung Fu Kenny.
Obviously, sitting here today, we know that Drake called the bluff of Charlamagne Tha God and all of Kendrick Lamar's supporters who was going around calling Kendrick Lamar the boogeyman. Drake responded back with a scathing diss track to Kendrick Lamar called Droppin' Gimme 50. And even though we were told Kendrick Lamar is the boogeyman and nobody wanted smoke with him, Drake released the Kendrick Lamar diss track, and it's been 15 days, and Kendrick Lamar has yet to engage in this beef, right? He's been ducking. The industry went from telling us that Kendrick Lamar is the boogeyman and nobody wants smoke with him, even though he's been begging for smoke for years, to making a million excuses when Kendrick Lamar went radio silent and ducked the beef. One West Coast DJ would make a really bizarre excuse for Kendrick. He stated that Kendrick has no pressure to respond back because Drake hasn't officially released a record yet on Apple Music and Spotify and other DSPs. Drake will respond back to this and say what exactly we were all thinking, which is, like, they have nothing to drop. Like, Kendrick Lamar hasn't dropped yet, not because Drake hasn't released a record on DSPs, it's because Kendrick Lamar has nothing to release, right? He doesn't want to smoke. Now, catch this. What's really hilarious about this exchange is that once Drake released a record on DSPs, DJ had the Kendrick Lamar apologists will call Drake lame for being forced to drop the record on DSPs. Like, you literally can win with these people, bro. Yo, Kendrick Lamar has a hive of industry people, bro, who will protect this man to the death. While Kendrick went radio silent, other premier artists like Rick Ross and Kanye will release separate diss records aimed at Drake. Kanye would even say that everybody is teaming up to go against Drake because they all came together and decided they want to eliminate Drake out the industry.
How did this even come about? Who called who? Pluto called me. I went to the studio, laid that, and then we, went through the creative process, adding the chorus, and called the hooligans, called them out in London to get on a joint. And, everybody is very, very excited about the elimination of Drake.
It's at this moment where the biggest turn of event in this entire saga happens. Charlamagne Tha God, Drake's biggest hater, would seemingly take Drake's side on this situation and begin to defend Drake against Kanye and other rappers teaming up against Drake.
Hey, what a hating ass human. Like, what type of man sits around and says we were all energized by the elimination of another man? Like, this man is so miserable and has never dealt with whatever hurt and pain he's feeling, and he just wants to project it onto other people.
But here's the thing, yo. When it comes to Charlamagne Tha God and Drake, everything that Charlamagne Tha God does is sinister 3D chess. You see, Charlamagne Tha God really has no issue with Kanye West going off on Drake because he doesn't like Drake himself. So what appears to be Charlamagne Tha God defending Drake is actually Charlamagne Tha God laying the foundation and the groundwork to discredit Drake. You see, instead of Charlamagne Tha God, I guess, owning and manning up to Drake demolishing Kendrick Lamar, and he was wrong about Kendrick Lamar, Charlamagne Tha God is now using Kanye West to pivot into this weird narrative of he doesn't believe that Kendrick Lamar should respond back now and that Kendrick should not respond back to Drake because of Kanye West.
Yo, what's up with Kendrick, yo? This
Don't know. They said that he's dropping your album though, and that maybe he's
well. He shouldn't.
I'm not mad at that at this moment.
Why?
Because Kanye West and his titties entered the Royal Rumble, and nobody asked for him to come running out to the ring jiggling. I'm not mad at that. If I'm Kendrick, I don't want to be a part of the Royal Rumble. This is supposed to be a WrestleMania main event, me and this individual. So after this Royal Rumble shit subsides, I'll get back to you.
Back into it.
I'll get back to you.
Man,
this is some nasty stuff, yo. This is some nasty work. Instead of Charlamagne Tha God coming out and admitting he was wrong about Kendrick Lamar and that Drake doesn't fear Kendrick Lamar and that Kendrick Lamar is indeed on the clock and has to respond back, Charlamagne Tha God goes around it with this elaborate plan to make Kanye West the villain and sort of like give Kendrick Lamar like an exit way out of the beef so he doesn't embarrass himself and Charlamagne Tha God isn't forced to admit that he was wrong about Kendrick being the boogeyman. Bruh, these dudes are making every excuse in the book to discredit Drake, right? Where was this narrative? Where was this opinion, right, when it comes to a Royal Rumble when Future, Metro, and Kendrick, and A$AP Rocky, and The Weeknd all diss Drake? Right? Where was this Royal Rumble thing, right, when they were dissing Drake and y'all thought Drake back was against the wall? See, when they thought Drake back was against the wall, they had nothing to say because they thought Drake was about to lose. Now that Drake is striking back, they're now trying to find every exit door they can for Kendrick Lamar because they know that Kendrick Lamar is their last saving grace. Once Drake destroys Kendrick Lamar, bruh, like this last saving grace of Drake is not the greatest artist of his generation because Kendrick Lamar exists is over with now, bruh. Drake would have now conquered everybody they put in his way. Now, luckily for us, bruh, it's not just me that's seeing right through this because Academics himself will call this out as well as the fans, right? People are seeing exactly what's going on here, and is Charlamagne Tha God making an excuse for Kendrick Lamar because he knows that Kendrick Lamar has absolutely nothing. Academics will tweet, the new reason why K-Dot didn't respond is that he don't want to diss Drake now that Kanye jumped in. Ninja, well, why the F did you diss him on an album with bare ninjas who intended to diss him through the whole album? It was cool when it was you, Metro, Weeknd, Future, Rocky, but Kanye ruined it. That's just a fact, bruh. Like, they jumped Drake first. It was a Royal Rumble way before Kanye stepped in, right? But it was all good when they were jumping Drake. Now that Kanye stepped in, oh my God, Kendrick shouldn't respond back. And the fans are seeing it too, and they're waking up. Here are several tweets from fans calling out Charlamagne Tha God for making an excuse and coping hard for Kendrick Lamar because the logic just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense at all, and it's unclear why people are choosing to carry this narrative the way they are. But y'all let me know in the comment section exactly, what are your thoughts on this? And if you're still watching, click on the video somewhere on my screen to find out why Adam22 went off on this most recent No Jumper guest after they said this about his daughter. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.